what's the point of ordering a bag that is in every single shade of the rainbow just so you end up with it and you'll never be able to use it because it's not your aesthetic? Hello my friends, it's mid-October, which means a couple of things. Number one, Halloween is just around the corner, and then two, so is the Hermes special order experience. So if you're being considered for an a la carte bag this year, you have probably already received your invitation to put in a request for your dream Hermes bag, or you might have already placed yours depending on where you shop. But if this experience is still ahead of you, I thought I could share with you a handful of tips I wish I had in my back pocket when I was placing my first special order bag. And I know I'll be taking these exact steps when I'm placing my next. So if you'd like to hear my thoughts on how to avoid making some major Hermes special order mistakes, whether it is a Birkin, a Kelly, a Constance, or any other bag from the Hermes portfolio that you're after, then please be sure to give this video a thumbs up and keep on watching. If you're thinking that it's fun that we're going to be talking about these tips, but you still want to know how to get your hands on a special order bag offer, I would suggest that you check out this recent video of mine, which I'll make sure to link here and also down below, where we go super into details about how I personally would go about approaching this topic. Because yes, some people get special order bags offered automatically, but there is absolutely nothing wrong with asking for one. And if you feel too shy to ask for a special order bag directly, just simply ask to learn about the process and your store's policy, because each store differs from one another. So the best resource you have is always the person you shop with when it comes to the special order experience and everything else Hermes. But if you would love to get one, just ask to be considered for one and ask to learn about the process itself. Usually people who have been with the brand for a little while are the ones that get these bags offered to them, just because they have the most experience. And I do think that you'll get the most out of this if you know exactly what you like and what you dislike, because this experience is so overwhelming. Not only if you are new to Hermes, but even if you know the brand inside and out, because you have so many different options. You have to choose the bag that you're going to be ordering, you have to choose the color, the stitching, the leather, the shoulder strap, and it is quite a stressful experience, not to mention that you're going to be waiting for this bag for a long time. So I would say that if this is going to be your first bag that you're getting and it's a special order, obviously amazing, don't turn it down, still enjoy the experience. But I do think that this tip you will find really helpful. Whether this is going to be your first Hermes bag or your 10th, I would still suggest that you do a little bit of digging once you've received your invitation, or even beforehand. It's good to have a running list of things that you would consider for your special order bag. And thankfully you have so many resources out there. A great thing in my opinion to do is to go to Christie's or Sotheby's. They are auction houses that at this point sell quite a wide variety of different bags. Or even check out SacLab, which is a company that usually has an amazing selection of exclusive bags available, including special order bags, because it's good to have some images of different color combinations, sizes, hardware options that you would consider. I don't know why Hermes doesn't have a little bit more of an interactive interface available at this point, where you could see what your bag will end up looking like, because it's kind of difficult to tell just based on color swatches. I'm sure that they are working on something, because I know that Hermes is trying to go more and more digital each year, but at the moment it's not something that's available worldwide. So it's on you to do your research and to kind of envision what the bag will end up looking like. But at the same time, I would say don't set your heart on a specific color or color combinations, because the seasonal colors change each year, so you might find something that you fall in love with, but then it's not an option when you actually get to your appointment. So make sure that you do have a couple of options including backup options that you would be happy with. So you don't make the same mistake that I did going into the special order experience knowing exactly what you'd like to get your hands on, and then being caught by surprise when they tell you that even though the color and leather you wanted is an option, but it's not an option in the bag that you're looking for, and then having to, scramble to make up a new bag that you'd be happy with. Have a couple of backup options just in case the first thing that you had in mind is not something that they can offer to you on the spot. And as you're doing your research, I'm sure you'll notice that the sky isn't the limit. A lot of different places will tell you that this is your chance to order whatever you want. But that is actually not the case. You'll be limited by quite a few different criteria. So you cannot just order whatever bag you want, whatever size you want it in, whatever leather and color you want it in. There will be certain options, so you can only choose Hermes bags that are currently in production from their portfolio, but you can choose pretty much whatever bag you want. Now, obviously, most people go for Birkins, Kellys, and maybe even Constances, but technically their selection is much wider. You will be restricted by the seasonal colors that they have available, which changes each and every single season, as well as leathers. Not every single store can order every single leather option. For example, a lot of stores are not able to offer alligator bags to their clients during the special order experience, even though it's technically on the list, just because the lead time on those bags is so long that I know for a fact that there are people from 2017, 2018 that are still waiting for their special order bags. So just be prepared that you cannot order whatever you want. There will be restrictions, but if you're prepared, you won't be caught by surprise by any one of them. And speaking of waiting for your bag for a few years, you have to consider that to be a possibility. It usually doesn't take that long these days, but it can take anywhere from up to 6 months to about 2 to 3 years to get your hands on your bag. If you're ordering a bag that's not in exotic skin, usually they should come in within a year to about a year and a half from the time that you place them. But at the same time, I do have friends, or at least one friend, who placed her special order back in 2018, and she's still waiting for really a simple, ordinary bag. It's not an exotic bag, it's a bag that Hermes produces on a regular basis. And as far as she knows, it has not been cancelled, because you do have to keep in mind that your special order bag is not guaranteed, which is exactly why you're not paying for it as you're placing it. You're only responsible for paying for it when it comes in. But because of that, it could get cancelled. It usually doesn't, especially if you follow the lists that Hermes has available of colors, sizes, and bags. But just keep that in mind. It doesn't happen often, but it could happen. And because your bag is not guaranteed, you're only paying for it when it comes in, which is actually a great thing, especially if it takes a little bit longer for your bag to come in and Hermes happens to have a price increase in between the time of you placing your order and actually getting your bag, because your piece won't actually be affected by the price increase. You'll be paying the original price that you would have paid for that bag in that size, in that leather, the day you place your order. And now that you've done all your homework and your research, you're fully prepared and ready to place your special order. What happens next? So you'll most likely be given a time slot to go in, look at all the color swatches, look at the seasonal color chart, and decide what's the bag that you would like to order. Usually you can ask the person that you shop with to give you an idea of what the color chart will look like. Sometimes they can even give you an idea way beforehand, so you can decide whether you would like to be considered for one or not. I knew that this season suede is not going to be an option, again, for the bag that I would like it to be in. So I knew that this year special order is not something that I would like to be taking advantage of and I would like to pursue. And you might be in the same boat. You might be looking for a specific color or a specific leather, in which case it's good to get an idea of what to expect. You can, of course, always throw down a special order offer if you know that you are interested in something else and you'd rather wait, because some stores are able to give you a special order bag each and every single season, while others have to rotate the clients that get offered these bags each year because they only do them twice a year. But once you go in, you'll be going over the chart. You might be given a little bit of a sneak peek beforehand, but even if you don't, you'll be shown the chart, you'll be able to look at the color swatches. And what I would say is take your time. Take your time looking at all the color swatches and the different combinations. You really shouldn't take that long if you're well prepared, but if you do, if you want to spend an hour or two talking out all the details, this is your time to do it, because it's a big decision and there are plenty of details to discuss. And my last tip would be is for you not to necessarily go crazy. I know that some people believe that when it comes to the special order experience, this is their time to shine and order something that is kind of outrageous, a color combination that no one has, or something really quite colorful and out there. And yes, if you are a colorful person and you feel like that's the only thing missing from your collection, but you would be more than able to enjoy it and take advantage of it, for sure, this is your time to go crazy. But if you're someone like me who prefers a more monochromatic palette, what's the point of ordering a bag that is in every single shade of the rainbow just so you end up with it and you'll never be able to use it because it's not your aesthetic? Obviously, if you're a collector and you enjoy just purely the experience of owning these pieces, by all means go for it. But if you want a bag that you know you'll be able to use and enjoy, go for something that your heart truly desires, whether it's a rainbow colored bag or it's a bag in plain black. If there is a bag that you have been trying to hunt down for a long time and you're not succeeding because it just never comes in, even if it's as simple as a gold Birkin, 30, if that's what you really want, order it. And if you want to make it a little bit more special, although I think that the fact that it is really your dream bag will make it just special enough, you could definitely go for a fun pop of color for the lining or even for the stitching to spice things up. But don't let anyone talk you into getting a bag in a size, in a shape, in a color that is not 100% you and what you would like. This is your chance to get a bag that is special because you'll get use and joy out of it. I talked myself into getting something that was really not my cup of tea. No one did that to me, but I ended up wasting my first special order experience on a bag that I would have never gone for, in a size, in a shape that just really didn't suit me. And that was purely because I wanted to order something that was special. And yes, it was special, but it wasn't special for the right reasons for me. So yes, if you want to go crazy and colorful, this is your chance. But if you want to be just kind of boring, or what people would consider boring, come join my club and we'll be ordering boring bags together, but ones that we will very much enjoy. And my friends, this is it. This completes today's video full of tips and tricks when it comes to the special order experience. Please do share your experience and your tips down below. I'm sure there's going to be someone out there who you can help out. And if you enjoyed it, please make sure to give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. And as always, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you being here. And I hope to see you back here with a new video really, really soon. But for now, bye.